For today's video, I am talking all about the new RMS SuperNatural Radiance Serum Broad Spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. As soon as I saw that they had posted this on their Instagram, I was immediately intrigued because I love those luminous looking base products, and especially if it is a sunscreen. I always like to wear sunscreen on my face every single day, and this just looks so good online. Now this does come in 3 shades, and while it does say in the description that this is supposed to be kind of like a tinted sunscreen, I feel like it's kind of not supposed to be a tinted sunscreen in a way, because in each of the descriptions for the shades, it has 3 shades. It describes them as an ultra sheer finish, and it says, for example, this is the shade Light Aura. It's described as an ultra sheer champagne radiance, almost not even seeming like a shade as far as a tint goes, but rather supposed to give a champagne radiance. Then the shade called a Medium Aura is described as an ultra sheer golden radiance, and then Rich Aura is an ultra sheer bronze radiance. It almost feels like it's just supposed to kind of give a luminous finish to the skin, but just kind of has a little bit of different levels of the shade, if that makes any sense. But doesn't seem like it's supposed to be tinted, whereas you would be looking for the specific undertone. It doesn't really seem like it's necessarily supposed to exactly match your skin, but instead is supposed to give a type of radiance, if that makes sense. So this retails for $48, which is pretty pricey, but this is within the clean beauty realm. This has the typical 1 fluid ounce of product. This is supposed to glow, correct, protect with SPF 30. This is described as a tinted, skin nourishing, mineral based daily sunscreen serum and soft focus radiant complexion corrector with naturally looking illumination and SPF 30 broad spectrum protection. It's supposed to help with evening out the skin tone while also boosting radiance and correcting imperfections with the subtle soft focus radiant filter and a hint of tint. So again, like I was saying, supposed to have a little bit of that luminous finish, which is what they call the radiant filter, but then it also is supposed to have a little bit of a tint, a hint of tint. So it has non-nano zinc oxide to protect from the sun's damaging rays. So this is a completely mineral formula, does not contain any chemical filters. This is formulated with complexion correcting soft focus technology, and it's powered by Glowplex, which is a complex of natural peptides such as quinoa seed extract, niacinamide, and pea extract. And this is supposed to be a unique, lightweight formula that smooths the skin and boosts radiance instantly and over time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply this. Now I have used this before, so I do have my initial impressions already on this, but I like to shake it up real good. I don't have any base products on my face right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to take 3 lines of it on my finger, and I'll start with that. And as you can see, it does have a bit of a tint but it's pretty light. Honestly, when I first applied it, I was like, oh, is this gonna be too light for me? But again, just remember, once you blend it in, it's not necessarily gonna be matching your skin tone, but it's just gonna be providing a luminous look or tint, if that makes any sense. So just gonna blend this in. It definitely has that serum feel, but also slightly that oil feel, which normally with sunscreens I'm not a huge fan if it's gonna feel really oily, just because that can feel kind of heavy on my skin particularly. I do have combination skin, I am prone to acne, so sometimes just facial oils and things like that I'm not a huge fan of, just because they can feel a little bit heavy on my skin. It's just a personal preference too. But what's nice about this is, while it does have a little bit of that oil feeling, it's not an overwhelming oil feeling. It doesn't have a really thick oil feeling, but you can definitely tell that there are some oils in here just with how it feels on the skin. Kind of feels like a combination between a serum and a facial oil when it first applies, but then just letting it sit on the skin, already it definitely feels like it has synced into the skin a bit, and it feels a lot more lightweight, quite a bit different than when you first apply it, where it does have a little bit of that oily feeling. It really doesn't feel super oily anymore. It just sinks in the skin really, really well. And hopefully you can see it does give a really nice radiance to the skin, but it does it in a way where it's not super obvious. It doesn't feel like I popped on a highlighter all over my face. It just has a really natural looking radiance where it's not overly glowy, but just gives your skin that healthy look, which I personally really like. So I am gonna add just a bit more, and I do want to apply some to my neck as well. So I'm just taking a bit more, and I'm just gonna apply it all over. And I'm also gonna take it down my neck. I definitely do need to add more than this to my neck, but I just want to show you what it looks like when I do a second layer. It just looks so pretty, makes your skin look really beautiful and healthy, and it's not gonna leave a white cast, at least it doesn't for me. It does have that luminous finish, so that helps to prevent the white cast, I feel like. It just looks so pretty. This is definitely like my type of sunscreen product. I love that it has a radiance to it. I absolutely just love radiance, anything that's gonna make my skin look healthy and glowy. I normally like it, so this I do like. The one thing that I was a little bit unsure at first was that little bit of that like oily feeling, but like I said, that doesn't last long, and it's not a super intense oily feeling. But like once you have it rub into your skin, it really doesn't feel very oily at all, but instead it's just gonna make your skin feel like it is nice and moisturized, so that's really nice. But it doesn't feel like overly heavy. It actually feels quite lightweight, especially when it is all rubbed into your skin and absorbed into your skin. And I just love the finish of this. This is definitely something that I'm going to be using often. I feel like you could also just kind of use this like beneath your makeup, as you know, you get that sun protection, but also to give you a glowy base, kind of like a primer step. It almost reminds me in the way that like the finish that it gives, it kind of reminds me of the Say Glowy Super Gel, except for that one is definitely much more glowy, much more like highlightery, which I absolutely love that product. I feel like this is like kind of similar to that, not in how it feels, definitely has like a different feeling than that product, but as far as like just how natural and glowy it makes your face look, that's why it kind of reminds me of that. But it's absolutely beautiful, great for just every day. This is something that I can see myself using just on its own, just because I love how it makes the skin look. Like it just looks so pretty, my skin looks so nice and healthy and has a beautiful glow to it. I love it. It just, I feel like just helps me look much more awake, much more vibrant. I really like it, and I love that it is going to add the sun protection. I do wish that the price point was a bit more affordable. I kind of wish it was like around the $30 range. I feel like that would be a lot more accessible to a lot of people and a little bit closer to in line to like a lot of other like tinted sunscreens, but I feel like within the clean beauty world, some of the products are more expensive, or even just the high-end world, a lot of the products and sunscreens at Sephora are around that price range. I feel like for $48 though, I do feel like that is a little bit steep, but you know, RMS does use all organic ingredients, and they are very particular with the ingredients that they use. But also that's just kind of like my thoughts and looking into the brand. RMS is a brand that I have used for years, and I do absolutely love their products. They have so many good products, and I do really like the ingredients that they use. I feel like they do a great job at picking just really nice high quality ingredients. That's just my opinion. Always do your own research on ingredients, but I really like this. I do wish it was a bit cheaper, but it is absolutely beautiful, and it's definitely a sunscreen that I am going to continue using. Definitely one that I'm going to want to reach for quite often. I would say I would recommend this. Now, if you do have oily skin, I feel like this would still even be good if you have oily skin, because it doesn't feel super oily on the skin. It's going to moisturize your skin, but it does feel lightweight once it has absorbed into your skin. Like I can feel it a little bit on my skin, but it's still quite lightweight. So really I feel like this can be good for all skin types. Now, as far as breakouts go, obviously I do think that I would need to test this out for a longer period of time to see if this causes any breakouts. I am prone to acne, so I can definitely do like an update. Leave comments below asking for an update depending on when you see this video, and I can do an update on if this has caused any breakouts for me. Maybe I'll also just add a comment saying an update once I have been using this for longer to say if it has caused breakouts or not. I've used it a few times now. I haven't had any breakouts, and normally if I try a new sunscreen and it is going to cause breakouts, normally it'll cause breakouts pretty quickly, but I would want to test it out for a little bit longer to really let you know if it causes breakouts for me. That's also super individual. Everyone's skin reacts differently to different products, but I can definitely give you guys an update if you would like. If you are interested in checking this out, I will have it listed and linked in the description box below. I also do have a discount code for RMS. I will put that in the description box below, so make sure to check that out if you do want to try it out. Definitely using a discount would be the best way to get the best deal rather than buying it from Sephora. I'd say definitely get it from the RMS website and use use my discount code. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video.